Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Welcome to August 2022, where the big boom of Mars, Uranus, and the North Node are going to collide on the 1st and 2nd, if I didn't say that. And it's going to dramatically shift the next 15 years of your life regarding your marriage partners, your long-term committed love stories, and business partners and legal affairs, if that's something that's been going on for you. A real turning point here, especially around contracts, legal agreements, and documents. Now, one of the things that's so exciting about this is, oh, first of all, welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Lori Lothian. I'm the lunatic astrologer here. Loony, moon, right? Funny name. And please like and subscribe and hit my bell for notifications, because if you do, then my channel grows. And secondly, check my description box below. I'll get to you in a sec, but business first. Sky Reader starts in October. It's my 8-week astrology course. If you want to get in the early bird wait list, the link to get on that is below, because you'll get discounts, but also I put a cap on how many students in. It's first come, first serve on that wait list. I already have about 10 people on it. Second of all, I'm doing the intermediate class for divine timing tools and techniques, predictive astrology, called the Divine Timing Masterclass. That's happening in September. If you're already into your astrology, you know the basics, come join me for that class. Enrollment open. And if you're an astrologer trying to get business working and make money as an astrologer, well, let me tell you, it's my full-time living, and I can show you how to do it. I've been doing it for the last 4 years, and I've got some tricks up my sleeve. So rock your astrobiz if you would like to join in that class, link below. All right, let's talk about this big boom. This is rare. Last time it happened was way back in 324 BC, when Mars joined the North Node and Uranus. Yes, North Node Uranus happens every 15 years. Last time was in Pisces in 2007. The details of how this works out in a great depth for your sign is in a separate video called Big Boom Reality Shift. It came out on the 26th of July. I will put that video in the description box for you to watch, and maybe I'll pin it to my comments so that you can go take a look at it and, get more depth, because I'm not going to repeat the story in depth. But I will say that this month, because the big boom is happening in the last 2 days of July and the first 3 days of August, this is going to set the tone for the August 11th full moon, which reactivates this energy of a big boom in your love, marriage, and business partner's 7th house of other. Now, I want to be really clear. In the ancient tradition, astrology-wise, the houses are not always about you. I'm a Hellenistic whole sign astrologer. Tropical zodiac, it could actually be about somebody else. So this may be a big boom in the life of your partner, business or love. It may not be your narrative. So just gently keep that in mind. Yet the house of marriage is being activated. So say you were a single Scorpio and you were hoping to meet the dream partner of your life or something, or get married. This is definitely going to indicate the very strong likelihood that you're going to be highly focused on a significant other over the next 15 years. All right. So the big boom happens, and then boom, there's the August 11th, 19-degree full moon in Aquarius. Now that's in the 4th house of home, land, and real estate, where you live, your domestic private life. Something big is changing in this part of your sky. No two ways about it. That's what it says. And so you could buy a home, sell a home, move a home in the wake of the moon. The full moon also is a revealing light in the 4th house. But why it's so you might notice that there's something in your home that you didn't see, or there's a fullness coming to things that were started 6 months ago in your home. So for example, because it was a new moon, my son and his girlfriend want to sell their home. He's a Scorpio rising, and they had a couple of big offers from developers to buy the building, and they fell through. This could be a fullness of that coming back with a positive outcome. Just an example. So August 11th, add 2 weeks, there's this fruiting fullness in the privacy of your home and the things you're doing in the home, buying and selling home, moving home. Themes are playing out. And a lot of Scorpios have felt kind of stuck there, because Saturn has been in your house of home since December of 2020, finishes up there next March. And you may have felt home is responsible, dutiful, and a bit beleaguered. You may have felt something heavy about the area of real estate and home. And this is going to break free and break through because of the big boom. So it could be moving to a new home with your business, your love partner, developing a new property with your business partner. These are kinds of themes I'm thinking of. Now, because the full moon is coming through from that Leo in the 10th house, and the moon in the Leo sun in the 10th house at 19 degrees, and down at the bottom, the full moon, there's tension between work and home and work. There's an axis of difficulty. All full moons bring that tension up, like the bipole energy. One side of the house and the other cross the way. So you may have to figure out how to deal in the first 2 weeks middle of August, the end, with work responsibilities or higher ups demanding more of you, well, you're really busy trying to get something off the ground at home. And what I think about here is also, this could be also about your partner, because it activates the Uranus North Node sitting at 17, 18 degrees of Taurus that are still sitting there when this full moon comes into action. Okay. So like, you know, your partner has an opportunity, your love partner in work that is contrary to situations in the home or whatever. So big themes are going on here. Definitely expect that big boom to bring some kind of information or news from your partner, like your love, marriage, significant other, vibe partner. Okay. Let's go back and talk about the beginning of the month and what's developments we have. For instance, Mercury is moving into his home sign of Virgo around the 4th of August, add about 3 weeks, August 26th. And this is a very once a year positive development where he's in his dignity. And in this case, it's up in your 11th house of good spirit. Now that's a place where you have friends and allies. I mean, people want to lift you up. You have great financial gain from your career. Mercury rules sales and marketing. If you're in that field, you could definitely have a great run in the August 4th to the 26th, where your selling endeavors are providing great financial reward for you. But this is news and information. Expect some developing breaking news regarding your large social circles of friends and allies, people who you consider your group of people, groups that you belong to, that especially friends that want to help you. So you get some good news coming out of that chunk of real estate called your 11th house of good spirit. It's a positive, karmically rewarding house. So you get a lot of juice every August as Mercury goes through here. Now, the other interesting thing is that at the beginning of the month, on the 6th and 7th, Mars will go into a square relationship with Saturn. And Venus will go into a trine with Neptune. So it's a bit of bittersweet, good and bad. 6th and 7th is a square, 7th and 8th is a trine. So Mars in square to Saturn is frustration or difficulty getting something to go forward, or feeling like you got a foot on the gas, a foot on the brake. It's contrary energy, no doubt about it. And it doesn't help that in this particular version of it, that is Saturn in the real estate house that we talked about, right? Where things are already feeling sort of slow or stuck with Saturn, and you already feel like ugh about it. And the square is coming from the house of marriage. So this could be your marriage partner being gnarly about something that's you want to move forward on in the home, but there's disagreement. This could be a legal contract that you want to get off the ground, legal contracts and paperwork and signings and vows and oaths or 7th house. And you want to get signed on the dotted line with, like, say, a new buyer for your property or something, or you want to buy a property and things are stalled. Okay, let's call this the stall on the 6th and 7th. But don't worry, some good things are coming to push through later on. Venus is trining Neptune in the 7th and 8th of August. This is loving, it's like higher love, divine love, inspiration. If you're creative, the muse is on fire. For you creative Scorpio rising, sun and moon, this is particularly luscious because this will open up a pathway to greater muse inspiration. It's Venus in Cancer in the 9th house of God in a trine to Neptune and the 5th house of your muse. Now, you've had Neptune since 2011, and if you're a Scorpio who's creative, you may have been writing books, storytelling, screenplays, making videography, photography, or just on fire with divine inspiration for whatever art form that you channel, basically. And this is on until 2025. And now you get a little infusion from Venus in the house of foreign lands. So maybe there's a potential for a foreign land trip with a woman, or a romantic getaway with a woman, but it's going to fire up your inspiration, your muse. And if it's not a romantic foreign getaway, then it could be positive news from an academic setting that inspires you, or a Venus in the 9th can be a good legal outcome on a gnarly legal situation by a female lawyer or judge. So many ways it can play out, but it's flow energy. So there's flow between the 9th house, and it could really up-level your spiritual belief systems, as well as your creativity in alignment with your spiritual belief systems, whatever that means to you. And so there's a little pocket of yay on the 7th and 8th of August. Moving into the future, Mars will trine Pluto. Now, remember I said that Mars square Saturn is gnarly on the 6th and 7th. This is Mars trying to make some more reparations for the challenges that happened earlier. So Mars is trining Pluto. This is an energy of power and wealth. This is an energy of determination and getting things done, and intensity and powering up, basically gearing up, taking off on something, but from a deep place of, you know, a throbbing turbocharge, not like a temporary surge, but something significant. Mars can only do this trine once every 2 years in this way. So the 13th and 14th have this energy of powering up, and it does have something to do with trips and travel or siblings or extended family, aunts, uncles, and cousins, or something you're doing in the online world, or something that you're trying to learn as a skill. Those are third house themes where Pluto is sitting, but because it's in a trine to the 7th, it could also be about your partner or your business and love partner, and they're going on a trip that's important, or they're going to be learning something that's significant for them, but it impacts you as well because you're with them. And this can also be, if you have clients like audience marketplace customers in your life, this is something developing here in the 7th house. That's another meaning of the 7th. And it could really be an opportunity for you to seal a deal or take a trip for business or clients or customer reasons, and it really throbs with some really good potency for your financial well-being and some success as well. Because this is a place of legal agreements and Mars is in a trine to Pluto, this could be where some real estate deal that was stuck finally gets some lift off. But because it's coming from Pluto in the 3rd, it could even be that some good news is coming through from a sibling that helps you with some real estate stuff as well. Okay, moving forward, Mercury will oppose Neptune. That's a kind of a gnarly, a dispelling of an illusion and a telling of a truth, especially with Mercury in Virgo. And well, at the same time this is happening, he trines Pluto, and this is the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Now, I want to address something before I talk about that. I should have done this. Venus is a money goddess, and she's also a love goddess. You know, she has a couple of meanings here. And she is moving August 11th to the so it's early September, I should say, through Leo. And that is a powerful time for your career to lift, okay? Your reputation to lift, your success with higher ups and bosses to go higher, promotions, raises, bonuses financially in your career path, definitely, or women in the career zone really loving you up. And I'm bringing that up and to contextualize this Mercury trine Pluto oppose Neptune on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, because you got a lot of Venus support, right? That's to be considered as I go ahead to talk about this. So Mercury in Virgo in his great dignity from the great gains from your career house, like bonuses, rewards, promotions, you know, getting the best employee award or getting a bonus point, is also supporting that direction. And then at the same time, he's opposing Neptune in the 5th house. Now, it may have to do with a dispelling of an illusion around something you thought was true with a beloved, a lover, a sex partner, or one of your children, where some information comes through that you see the light. Or if you're trying to get your own business off the ground, you have to dispel some sort of misunderstanding, illusionary confusion. Okay, keep that in mind. Yet, or if you want to write a best-selling song, book, novel, you could have an inspiration here. But that aside, that's going on in the backdrop of another positive thing, right? Which is that at the same time, you've got the gnarly, you've got the good, which is that Mercury trine Pluto. Now, we already had a Mars trine Pluto on the 13th and 14th, and now 21 to 23rd, Mercury trines Pluto. Mercury trining Pluto, okay, from his dignity in your 11th house, is nothing short of some financial positivity. It is a karmically rewarding pennies from heaven or great gain moment, but it's happening from the 3rd house energy. Now, this could be a friend who says, I want to, you know, just give you all this money. It could be that you take a trip, Pluto, and that it reveals some financial positivity for you. You could find that somebody in your local neighborhood who's very powerful offers you a leg up or a favor that's going to impact your finances in a good way. Okay, so there's very many themes ongoing here, all at the same time. And in the beginning of that energy, you may feel as well, because Mars has moved in on the 20th of August, Mars has moved into your 8th house of inheritance money, bank loans, mortgages, other people's money, and money you can get from selling a home. That this is back to that theme for some of you Scorpios, or getting a new lease. It's a really important, like, big deal. You do have Jupiter in the house of tendency, and he's stationary at 8 degrees. And at the end of the month, he's going to give you a really good boost with a really positive thing with Mars. So getting the dream home, a lease, selling a home, buying an investment property, these are all possible. Now, I'm not going to mince this one. You've got Mars in the 8th house of inheritances. He'll be there from August 20th, Scorpio rising especially, to March. And that can look like, and a bequeathment is coming. You might have to duke it out or battle for your share. But it can look like some kind of inheritance money coming your way. Now, also, you have coming up near the end of the month, you're going to end up with this Virgo square Mars. Virgo square Mars, Sun square Mars, Sun in Virgo square Mars in Gemini. Wow, this is a money story, right? This is a money axis. Houses 11 and 8 are financial houses. So possibly we're talking about the same story in many different iterations. There's a lot going on with money that you invest in, savings, taxes, bank loans, mortgages, inheritances. And then we get this Sun traveling through Virgo, squaring Mars. Now, this could be literally having to battle around some money that's owed to you from a patriarch in your family system, having to go to battle to get it. But I'm really happy to say that with the Sun in Virgo and with Mercury there until the 26th, you win the day. Mercury's, you really get the allyships or the people who can support you to succeed in some kind of mortgage loan, bank loan, investment strategy, or inheritance monies. All right, and that's going on from the 25th to 29th. So your Virgo energy is supporting you. Friends and allies, particularly a strong potential for some favorship here to help you resolve financial issues. So example, you need to get a mortgage, but you don't have a down payment, but an ally or friend, solar figure, maybe even father figure can support you to get that mortgage. Just one example. But there's tension, right? And so there's something that needs to be resolved here. And so you may have to, make sure that you're, no, I'm not going to say more about that. It's an interesting time. That's all I'll say. On the 25th to the 29th, during that window of time, you do have Mercury getting ready or having shifted gears, let's put it that way, out of his home sign of Virgo into Libra of legal affairs, legal dealings, legal matters, contracts, balance, right? So in backroom negotiations. So there's a long arc there of stuff going on to finance and negotiations between the 26th and the 29th. August 31st is a lovely sweet spot in our sky that is going to round out the month with some good stuff. So August 31st, Mars will sextile Jupiter, and Jupiter is in the house of tenancies, the work agreements, a debt you owe, debts that you owe, like credit card debts. And on the 31st, Mars will sextile that Jupiter. This can look like a very powerful moment from the 8th house of loans and mortgages, where you can eliminate your mortgage, pay off your credit card debts. It's a sweet spot for a lot of finances for you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, but especially risings. And if there's any secrets that need to be revealed, I'll tell you, Mars can spill the beans from the 8th house, but sextiling a benefic Jupiter stationing as he's retrograding around 8 degrees. He's retrograding, but he's like plumbing the depths of 8 degrees of your 6th house of debts and work environment stuff. Something could be revealed about a coworker or boss in work really loves you up and gives you a promotion, a big chunk of money, like a chunk of money. 8th house is like, here's a bunch of money. Could you deserve it? And if it's not that, honestly, this looks a lot like some really big powering up around it, being able to eliminate some financial burden or debt in your life around the 31st of August. All right. So I hope that was useful to you in this month ahead. I hope you have a great August. And by the way, as I finish up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit my notification bell. It helps my channel grow, and sign up for my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, because guess what? It comes out every Saturday or Sunday, depending on my mood. And it's a forecast for the week ahead. And you get a 30% discount code to any reading with me, one-time use delivered straight to your box, and 60-minute videos times 12 for all of 22, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can even play it with all your kids and your friends and your family and what their rising Sun and Moon is for 2022. It was for sale for $50. I'm bribing you to join my newsletter. And that's going to continue to be one of the ways I recruit you to my intimate newsletter, where you get all kinds of heads up discount codes and special discounts and things that nobody else gets because you're in my newsletter land. My newsletter has about 1,200 subscribers. I started it about a year and a half ago, and it's the best thing I ever did, because I find that if I ever got kicked off of YouTube for being politically incorrect, at least I know how to reach you guys. All right. Thanks, Scorpios, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for listening. I'll see you on my next videos. All right. Ciao, ciao.